What is up, guys? It's Tommy here and welcome to the Leicester City-Liverpool post-match analysis and reaction show. And first of all, I want to hear your opinion in the comments below. What do you think about Liverpool's performance and the result, and why isn't Jurgen Klopp signing centre-backs for Liverpool? He said in his post-match interview that he's sick of conceding goals like this, and the whole fan base is sick and tired, me included. Let me tell you this mind-blowing statistic. So in the last 4 games, Liverpool had 77 shots, 29 on target, scored 3 goals. Liverpool's opponents had 33 shots, 21 on target, but conceded 10 goals. So Liverpool conceded 10 goals from 21 shots on target, and Liverpool scored 3 from 29 shots on target. That's mind-blowing. And this is Liverpool's worst run of form in a long time, that we just cannot win a game. And every time that we have a shot on target from the opposition, most often than not, it ends up in a goal. And it's just mind-blowing to me, absolutely ridiculous. Liverpool rotated the team quite a bit this afternoon against Leicester, this evening, but we still should have been out of sight in the first half. Jurgen Klopp himself said that when you have so many chances in the first half, you have to take them, you have to score them, you have to kill off the game. We should have been 3-0 up at half-time. Dominic Solanke on another day could have scored a hat-trick today. Coutinho had some chances. Wijnaldum and other players, and I was wondering, Divock Origi scored for Wolfsburg today. If Divock Origi plays in this game, I think he puts one of those chances away. Oxlade-Chamberlain was very unlucky in the first half because he had a shot which was blocked by Ben Chilwell. I think that shot was going in, and if Liverpool scored first, it would have been a totally different game, because in the first half Leicester City were absolutely dreadful, but they were dreadful because of Liverpool's brilliance. We attacked them very well. I still think that Liverpool should have changed formation for this game. We went with the same 4-3-3 formation, but the players weren't particularly suited to that formation because, Grujic and Coutinho played as well, and it was Coutinho, Solanke and Oxlade-Chamberlain up front, but only Solanke is the only really out-and-out striker, and he had a very good game, especially the first half. I was very impressed with him. The only thing that he lacked was a goal. Many Liverpool players can say that about themselves, that the only thing that they lacked in the first half was a goal. It was actually a joy to watch Liverpool play, but it was so frustrating when Liverpool missed chance after chance after chance. It was absolutely incredible to see that Liverpool just cannot put the ball into the back of the net. Dominic Solanke was put through on goal by Coutinho in first half stoppage time. He chips the goalkeeper, but the ball falls on top of the net, so not in the back of the net. And when it was half time and 0-0, I thought that this could be just another one of those days, and it's so frustrating because it feels like Liverpool, it feels like I've watched this game 1,000 times before, that Liverpool play well, create chance after chance after chance, fail to score, and then from the first real chance the opposition score and win the game. Demarai Gray had a really good second half, to be fair to the lad. In the first half he was poor, in the second half he came alive, and actually Leicester's first chance came from outside of the box shot from Demarai Gray in the 55th minute. That says it all, that before that Liverpool were very comfortable defensively. We didn't have any problems, but with Klavan at the back, Liverpool is always prone to conceding goals, and it was from a Leicester corner. We failed to deal with the second ball, and the ball falls to Okazaki, who only came on because Ulloa got injured, and the ball falls to Okazaki absolutely wide open in the box. How is nobody 3 yards near him? I will never know, and the ball gets deflected, a little bit unlucky. I feel very sorry for Danny Ward, who had a brilliant game, and he didn't deserve to concede tonight, but the defense again was just one moment they switched off and we conceded. And Leicester didn't deserve that, but football is all about who scores the goals, who takes the chances, and Liverpool just failed to take their chances, and because of that we deserved to get punished. Again, I'm just watching the replay, there is nobody near Okazaki when he gets the ball in the box. That's criminal defending. What I don't understand, if Jurgen Klopp is so frustrated with the defense, why did he only spend £4 million on centre-backs in 4 transfer windows? Joao Matip didn't cost anything, Klavan was 4 million, and we signed Coker on loan, and that's it. Those are the only centre-back signings that Jurgen Klopp made, and we didn't sign one centre-back in the summer, and I think this could be the downfall of Liverpool. And I said, this was well publicized, I said in the summer that it would be a massive gamble and a massive mistake if Liverpool went into the season with the same defense that has been letting Liverpool down time and time again in the past 2 seasons. We haven't improved since Brendan Rodgers got sacked. Defensively, Liverpool are the same. We have the same problems. We are the same shambolic defensive side. And all the other teams know that. Leicester City know that. Slimani, by the way, scored an absolute worldie. Hats off to Leicester. They upped their game in the second half when Liverpool, lost a lot of confidence after that Okazaki goal. And that Slimani shot, it's an absolute worldie, a world-class goal. So hats off to him. But at that time, even if it stays at 1-0, I think Liverpool wouldn't have scored because we just didn't look like scoring in the second half. Honestly, the second half performance was dreadful compared to the first half, which was, very good. And if we score our chances and win the game 3-0, Leicester couldn't have complained because we were so much better, so much superior in the first half. But it counts for absolutely nothing if we don't take our chances. And this is now getting very dangerous for Jurgen Klopp because the fan base, some of the fan base is turning on Klopp at the moment, and I can feel their frustration. At the moment, I still fully believe in Jurgen Klopp. There are such fine margins in world football. If Firmino scores a penalty against Sevilla, we win that game. If Dominic Solanke's shot at the end against Burnley goes 1 inch lower than it went, instead of hitting the crossbar, it goes in and we win the game 2-1. So these are the fine margins in football, and at the moment Liverpool are just out of luck. Jurgen Klopp has to learn from his mistakes, because it's absolute madness to think that he can coach these defenders out of making these individual mistakes, because at this moment Jurgen Klopp has to realize counting on these players, these defenders to improve could be the downfall of him, honestly, because they just can't. Klavan, Lovren will never be good enough to play for a team who aspires to win titles, to win trophies, to compete at the top end of the Premier League table. We will always be struggling in and around the top 4 unless we sell Klavan and Lovren and buy better centre-backs. That's the bottom line. And the only positive that we can take from this game is that if we keep playing like this, then we will win a lot of games this season, because Liverpool surely sooner or later will start converting these chances, especially when Mane will be back, especially if we play with Firmino and Salah. But the Premier League game against Leicester, same fixture on the weekend, Leicester against Liverpool, but this time in the Premier League, it's a must-win game. If we don't win that, Liverpool will be in full-on crisis mode, in my opinion. The only other positive that we can take from this game is that surely now Jurgen Klopp knows that these defenders are just not good enough to play for Liverpool. If he doesn't replace Klavan and Lovren in the next 12 months or the next 10 months, then Jurgen Klopp will lose his Liverpool managerial job. That's my biggest fear. Because honestly, with this defense, Liverpool won't make the top 4. Liverpool won't win any trophies. We are out of the League Cup, which could have been the easiest, on paper, the easiest trophy to win for Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp has to win a trophy sooner or later, and it can't come soon enough. Just one trophy in the past 10 years is not good enough. Nowhere near good enough for the size of Liverpool FC, for the pedigree, the prestige, the history. Liverpool has been built on winning trophies, and winning one trophy in 10 years is nothing short of disgraceful. Of course, that's not only Jurgen Klopp's fault, but the pressure is now on Jurgen Klopp and this Liverpool squad to deliver. And in my opinion, this squad is way short of quality. We still needed at least one, but in my opinion, we needed 2 top-class centre-backs and the top-class defensive midfielder. So the players who are starting for Liverpool would be just squad players. Players like Klavan, players like, you know, Grujic or Emre Can. They should be squad players, and Liverpool should be, you know, should have been strengthening the first team with much better first teamer quality players. But let me know what they think. Feel free to disagree with my points in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Good night.